Good evening, Oswego, and thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Cecina.
And I'm Chelsea Frisbee. Tonight we begin with a story out of Oswego.
Two high school hockey teams square off tonight looking to raise money for kids' cancer with rare diseases.
And an Oswego County judge won't hear county criminal cases and feels obligated to step aside under judicial code.
We'll have more on these stories in just a minute, but first let's take a quick check outside with our Storm Team 10 meteorologist, James Trim.
James, how's the weather looking out there?
Good evening, Oswego. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, James Trim here, currently standing outside in front of the campus center right now. And let me tell you what, it wasn't too bad of a day today. We had partly cloudy conditions with a peak of sunshine here and there and a high of 42 degrees, which is actually a little bit above normal for early December. Taking a look at your current conditions right now, we have a temperature of 31 degrees, which is pretty cold, and we have those partly cloudy conditions with the winds out of the east at 5 miles an hour. Taking a look at your regional radar, we have those rain showers off to our west. Those will move on into Oswego starting off on Wednesday morning. It'll actually affect our 3-day weather outlook. Starting with Wednesday, those showers are going to persist all day with a high of only 42 degrees. Thursday, we're going to see that high warm all the way up to 52 with showers all day. And then we're going to see a dramatic cool down on Friday. The temperature is only going to get up to 37 degrees with a chance of rain and snow showers. I'm going to have a further look at your forecast after the break, but for now, I'm going to send it back to Scott and Chelsea.
Well, the longtime Oswego County judge who announced he would no longer preside in the county criminal case felt obligated to step aside under the state's judicial code, state court officials said. County Court Judge Walter Hafner Jr. announced last week he would remove himself from all cases prosecuted by the County District Attorney's Office. That bars him from hearing nearly all criminal cases in the county. A spokesperson for the State Office of Court Administration stressed that while Hafner won't be doing the job he was elected to do, he will be working as a judge.
The 9 Mile Point 2 nuclear plant on Lake Ontario was taken offline on Monday. The pumps that circulate water through the reactor shut off while being shifted to a lower speed. Constellation Energy Nuclear Group's Jill Lyons says that 9 Mile 2 will remain offline till all repairs are made and verified.
Well, tonight, the Baldwinsville and Liverpool High School varsity hockey team will take to the ice in a friendly competition to help make the Christmas season a little brighter for two children battling rare cancer. The money raised from the matchup will help support 8-year-old Haley Kralik and 2-year-old Jack Podkramner directly through Marines Hope. Right now, Haley is undergoing aggressive chemotherapy treatments for Will's tumor, a kidney cancer that primarily affects children. At Gasolino's Children's Hospital, she lives in Baldwinsville with her family and is in 3rd grade at Reynolds Elementary School.
Last year's alternate side parking restriction will be in place during the winter months. However, discretion will be used in imposing the restriction until weather conditions require it. Residents are advised to keep in mind, on even calendar days, park on the even side of the street, and on odd calendar days, park on the odd side of the street. The rule applies unless otherwise prohibited and where allowable. If parking overnight, be sure to park where parking will be permitted and on the correct side for the next day, and be aware of instances where the last day of the month and the first day of the next month are both odd-numbered days. For example, January 31st to February 1st. The restriction is in effect till March 31st of 2014.
Well, winter is here, Oswego.
Reporter Robert Hackford has the scoop on how to prepare for the upcoming weather.
We're having technical difficulties at the moment, so we're going to be moving on. A Liverpool man with a history of possessing child pornography was imprisoned for 15 years today for his latest crimes. U.S. District Attorney Glenn Sodbury imposed a sentence of Stephen J. Bennett, 59, of Henry Clay Boulevard, who pleaded guilty in May to distributing child pornography. Bennett was convicted in 2003 of possessing an image of a sexual performance by a child and was sentenced to a 1-year conditional discharge. At the time, he was a clerk at the Onondaga County Correctional Facility in Jamesville, where police found child pornography websites that he had looked up on his work computer.
A Niagara Falls man wanted for aggravated harassment is now accused of stealing a car. Ronald Proctor was pulled over on I-81 in Cortland for driving nearly 100 miles per hour, and it was discovered he was driving a stolen vehicle from Delaware without a license. It was also later learned that there is an arrest warrant for Proctor in Niagara Falls for the aggravated harassment. He was arraigned in Cortland Town Court and sent to the Cortland County Jail on $5,000 cash bail.
Well, firefighters are at the scene of a massive barn fire in the town of Granby Tuesday night. The call came in around 4:45 p.m. Oswego County 911 said the flames shot through the roof of the barn on County Road Route 8. The barn is located on Sornbello and Sons Farm, and dozens of fire trucks were at the scene and extra tankers were called in to haul water to the area. 911 said 20 fire departments were called in to fight the fire.
After a joint investigation, the State Attorney General's Office and the State Department of Financial Services has found Markel Insurance Company overcharged students at 34 colleges, many of them SUNY schools, and paid improper broker bonuses. Local colleges include Cazenovia College, Colgate University, Wells College, and SUNY Institute of Technology at Utica, Rome, but not SUNY Oswego. The total cost of the refunds will be an estimated $2.75 million.
Well, coming up after the break, rumors are continuing to swirl over whether or not Hillary Clinton will make another run for the White House.
And we will have a full look at your weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist James Trim. Stay tuned, you're watching WTOP 10 News.
Hey Laker fans, remember the following. Be loud, be proud, be funny, be civil.
Above all, be positive.
We've cleaned up our act on the ice. Now it's your turn to clean up yours in the stands.
Malcolm, you know energy savers last 6 times longer than regular bulbs.
This isn't my room. It's Baron Davis's.
The basketball player? This is his room?
I don't live here.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
I got no balls for losing. Shocking drugs at road all the time. Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. We're just buzzed. Just buzzed? You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really? No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
We'll take a look at our current conditions right now. We have a temperature of 31 degrees with partly cloudy skies tonight. And it actually feels like 30 degrees when you factor in those east-northeast winds at 5 miles an hour. Looking at our state temperatures right now, our cool spot is actually Syracuse, New York at 30 degrees, and the warmest spot in New York State is 49 degrees in New York State, while the rest of New York is sitting at the low 30s to mid-30s tonight. Our top weather headlines are we're going to have a midweek warm-up right before it cools down on Friday, possibly a cool down of 20 degrees. And we do have a possible chance of snow this weekend, Saturday and Friday. Looking at your national radar, you can see that we do have a lot of snow in the Midwest and Montana. That low pressure system is going to move its way to New York State by the end of this weekend. We will possibly see some snow showers out of this on Saturday. And zooming in on New York State, you can see that we have those rain showers. Those are going to move right in, and those will be impacting us on Wednesday morning on in through Wednesday night. We're going to see those showers actually last right on into Thursday also. Looking at tonight's forecast, we do have a chance of cloudy conditions. It's going to be pretty chilly out tonight. The temperature is going to get all the way down to 29 degrees with those winds out of the east at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Looking at your Wednesday map, we do have a big area of high pressure out in the Atlantic. That's going to bring up some more mild air for us on Thursday. The temperature is actually going to get up to the 50s on Friday, and we will see some showers, so no one will be able to enjoy those really nice temperatures. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, we're going to see some morning sunshine with some afternoon showers. Definitely bring a raincoat with you. It's going to start actually at 9 a.m. 8 a.m. we're going to have partly cloudy conditions with a temperature of 42 degrees. Looking at your day planner, breaking your day down, we're going to start off in the morning with a temperature of 32 degrees with partly sunny conditions. Around noontime, that's the time to put on your rain jacket. We're going to have showers and a temperature of 40 degrees. And around dinner time, 5 o'clock hour, those temperatures are going to stay the same at 40 degrees and expect some light rain with a high of 42 degrees between 12 and 5. Tomorrow night, that light rain is going to persist and those winds are going to pick up. Those winds are going to come out of the south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles an hour. And we will have a temperature of 38 degrees, so it will be a bit chilly tomorrow night also. Taking a look at our late week weather map, as you can tell, we do have a big area of a dip in the jet stream that will bring a possible ice storm for Arkansas and Kentucky. And where Oswego is, we will see a little bit of snow Saturday and also on Friday afternoon with this dip in the jet stream. Looking at our 5-day forecast, Wednesday, we're going to have Wednesday through Thursday we'll have rain. Friday, those temperatures will cool down quite a bit to 37 degrees with a chance of rain and snow showers. Saturday, for the whiteout game, we might possibly have a whiteout. It'll be 32 degrees with snowy conditions, and Sunday, the sun returns. Isn't that great, guys? Sun's finally going to be out.
And it's about time. I know. Yeah. It's been snow whole time. I guess it's something I've been expecting finally up here at Oswego. But
yeah.
For the last weekend, before college ends.
Yeah.
Exactly. So speaking of cold weather, Robert Hackford has a story about the upcoming Oswego cold weather.
Well, it's a speculation that just won't stop. Will former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton run for president in 2016? Her husband, former President Bill Clinton, was asked again today, is she running?
A House Foreign Affairs Committee this Tuesday. We will have some serious U.S. Aid Assistant Administrator Nancy Lindberg says the U.S. response helped save lives.
Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties, but we're moving on. A former U.S. subcontractor jailed in Cuba has appealed directly to President Barack Obama for help. In a letter sent to the White House today, 64-year-old Alan Gross says he fears the U.S. has abandoned him. Gross's wife and supporters rallied in Washington today to try and pressure the White House to act. Alan Gross was arrested 4 years ago after bringing banned communications equipment into Cuba as part of a State Department program to increase internet access. He is serving a 15-year sentence for crimes against the state. Supporters say only government intervention can bring him home. Well, the derailment of a commuter train in the Bronx hasn't just been a life-changing event for everyone on board.
Andrew Spencer reports the families of some victims, even those who survived the crash, will never likely be the same.
He was a very loving father, and I miss him a lot.
The sons and the widow of Jim Lovell are just one of the families affected by the tragedy.
I don't want him to be known as a victim. Jim Lovell was so much more. He was a loving father, great dad, best friend, uncle.
He was one of 4 people who died in the derailment of a commuter train in the Bronx on Sunday.
I want people to know how good Jim was. And he lived that and showed that and gave that to his boys every single day.
3 remain critically injured, including one man who will likely remain paralyzed, while his son, sitting right next to him on the train, escaped with just minor cuts and bruises.
I can only imagine sort of how difficult it's going to be the first time he has to get back on the train. And I don't know if he'll ever be able to do that, or if every day, you know, it's going to remind him of yesterday and you know, his father who's alive, but whose life is permanently changed.
The NTSB says the train appears to have been going too fast and the brakes were applied too late.
The train was traveling at approximately 82 miles per hour as it went into a 30-mile-an-hour curve.
As crews uprighted the train and did what they could with the damaged track, investigators are still trying to answer the question: human error or faulty equipment? It's still too early to know for sure. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll have Morgan Rumpf with all of your sports highlights.
But first, here's a look at your late night menu.
Forest is precious. One careless act caused by people and its beauty could be gone for a lifetime. Protect our friends in the forest.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Get your Smokey on. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Because 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Hollywood View is back with a brand new season and a brand new look. Join me for non-stop Hollywood coverage news right here on WTOP 10 every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Every night before the show, me and the guys, we like to loosen up a little bit.
Blue, 42, hike!
Every now and then, Dan likes to take it a little too far. But hey, the show's all about competition, so we'll take it.
Stupid Dan with stupid football and stupid running.
Well, a Central Florida woman is recovering after she was attacked by bears Sunday night. The incident has the neighborhood on edge. Kelly Cook has the full story.
On Tuesday, Florida Fish and Wildlife officials were out in full force, setting several traps filled with sugary donuts, trying to lure back the black bear that attacked a woman Monday night.
Medical, a woman's, I think, been mauled by a bear. She's bleeding, and she needs immediate help.
A neighbor called 911 shortly after 8 p.m. when he noticed 54-year-old Susan Chalfant was bleeding heavily from her head. Chalfant had been walking her 2 small dogs when attacked.
All she was interested in, as injured as she was her dogs. How are my dogs? So I had the task of going out to find her dog.
Her dogs are fine, but Chalfant was rushed to ORMC with serious injuries to her face. Investigators have not been able to interview her just yet because of her injuries.
We're not even really ready to call it a predatory attack yet.
We actually, like I said, we do not know exactly what happened. We don't know whether she startled the bear, if she walked up on the bear. We don't know.
But for those who live and play in this neighborhood, black bear sightings are all too common. A viewer sent us this picture of a black bear recently spotted in the same Longwood neighborhood. And people who live there say the bears are becoming more aggressive.
One of the dogs alerted, so I looked up, and from 2 houses down across the street, I saw a bear entering the street at a dead run, heading straight for us.
Inga Bateman says she is convinced the bear was targeting her small dog.
Something is going on in the last 6 months, and I think it's all the building up on 429. Maybe these poor bears are being driven out of their natural habitat.
Tomorrow night, the College Community Orchestra will be performing a variety of classical music, including Haydn's Symphony No. 101, The Clock. The event is free and will be in Waterman Theater at 7:30 p.m.
And now a full look at sports with WTOP 10's very own Morgan Rumpf.
Good evening, Oswego. I'm Morgan Rumpf with your sports update. The Syracuse Orange faced off against the Indiana Hoosiers for the first time at the Carrier Dome. As ESPN's ACC Big Ten Challenge begins, the Orange beat the Hoosiers 69-52. Trevor Cooney was the leading scorer of the night with 21 points for the Orange. Tonight was a rematch of last year's Sweet 16 matchup in the NCAA tournament, when Syracuse beat Indiana 61-50. Syracuse improves their record to 5-1 all-time against the Hoosiers. Monday Night Football got started by the Saints visiting the Seahawks. In the first quarter, Drew Brees' pass was knocked loose and lands into the hands of Michael Bennett, where he returns it for a 22-yard touchdown, which put the Seahawks up 10-0. And then in the second quarter, Russell Wilson hit Doug Baldwin for a touchdown. The Seahawks went up 20-7. And in the third quarter, in a rare occurrence of events, Russell Wilson threw the ball intended for Kellen Davis, but that got away from him and ended up landing in the arms of Derek Coleman. As he made it across the goal line, the pass counted, and the Seahawks ended up winning 34-7. The Boston Red Sox signed catcher A.J. Pierzynski to a one-year, $8.25 million contract. And after this deal, catcher Jared Sanslamakia signed a contract worth $21 million for 3 years with the Marlins. And former Red Sox and current free agent outfielder Jacoby Ellsbury came to an agreement with the Yankees for 7 years worth $153 million. And don't forget to keep watching WTOP 10 for live coverage of the events leading up to the Whiteout weekend. You can stay up to date and get involved by using the hashtag #CountdownToWhiteout. And that's it for sports. Now back to the news desk.
Well, thank you, Morgan. Well, coming up after the break, we will take a look at the lighter side of news.
And we'll take a look at your final sports and weather updates after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching WTOP 10 News.
Get your Smokey on. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Because 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Down 70-35, and the Cougars were getting smoked like a cheap cigar.
I'm RJ.
I'm DJ.
Oh, wait.
Is that right?
We have a show coming.
It's on Wednesdays at 11:30, and you should watch it.
You better watch it.
You better.
Wait, I'm DJ.
The mailbox and the traffic light. Both are ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support the United Negro College Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.
Welcome back. Well, he's one of Hollywood's most famous bachelors, known for dating beautiful women like Stacy Keibler, Kelly Preston, and Celine Beltran. But George Clooney says he hasn't found his soulmate. During an interview with W Magazine, Clooney was asked who is or was the greatest love of your life. The 52-year-old actor answered, "I haven't met her yet." When asked about his cinematic crush, he said when he was a kid he was in love with Audrey Hepburn and Grace Kelly. The full interview is on W Magazine in the art issue, which is on sale now.
Santa will have some extra security as he flies through the sky on Christmas Eve. A couple of military jets. The North American Aerospace Defense Command added the twist to this year's animated tracking of Santa's reindeer flight from the North Pole. But the addition is not sitting well with some child advocates. They claim military jets have no place in the childhood fantasy. A spokesman for NORAD says adding the jets was part of an effort to give the program a more operational feel. The military has been telling children Santa's whereabouts since the mid-1950s. Calls to Santa for comment were not immediately returned.
And before we say goodnight, here's one final look at your forecast with meteorologist James Trim. What's the weather looking like for this weekend, James?
Well, looking at your class cast right now, we're going to start off with partly cloudy conditions with a chilly temperature of 32 degrees for your out-the-door forecast for your morning classes. Those rain showers are going to start at 9 a.m. and work their way to 6 o'clock p.m. So expect rain all day. Wear a jacket, wear some gloves, and be ready for the rain. We will have a high of 42, so it won't be too chilly. The rain showers are not going to be a very good thing for tomorrow.
And Morgan, do you have any final updates for us with sports?
Yes, I was just updated that Duke is leading Michigan 32-22 into the half.
I know that's a pretty big game. They're both really good teams this year.
Yeah, the NCAA tournament should be full of really well matchups.
Speaking of matchups, we have this weekend here at Oswego, Whiteout Weekend. It's going to be one doozy, I've heard. I mean, first time here at Oswego, but I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. So, Morgan, you're a part of the WTOP 10 sports thing. How are you guys preparing for this huge event?
We're all really excited. The cruise list just came out, so we're all excited to find out our positions and just get ready for such an awesome weekend full of sports.
And for those of you that don't know, Whiteout Weekend is our huge game against Plattsburgh, which are our rivals, and we're all going to have a lot of fun. I know the two of you guys are freshmen, so you haven't been a part of this, and you're a transfer, so you guys haven't been a part of it. It is such a fun game. I'm not a big sports fan. This is the one sporting event that I make sure that I go to every year. It is so much fun. It's awesome.
And it's sold out, too.
It is
already sold out.
So unfortunately, this is our last night of news as our little Tuesday night family. So I'm very happy that we were all together, and this was a really fun semester of news.
Yes.
I had a great time. Well, that'll do it, all of us here for WTOP 10. Just want to say hi to all the guys on the 7th floor of Fennell. Thank you for watching, and thank you,
Mom.
Oswego. Yeah.
Thank you. So for WTOP 10, I'm Chelsea Frisbee.
And I'm Scott Cecina. Stay tuned for Empire Sports. Good night, Oswego.